Good morning, everybody. My name is Rachel, and I am the Thrifty Crocheter. And today is Sunday, August the 18th. I went a little bangle on. I went to church this morning. And yeah, I know I'm just in black, and I don't know why I chose to wear black today. I'm not going to any funerals or anything. Just for some reason, I feel like wearing it today. And today is the 18th. My fun little days of kindness here. Count it up. Love is not rude, is not selfish, and does not get upset with others. Love does not count up wrongs that has been done. 1 Corinthians 13:5. So we're picking back off of yesterday's verse. Because yesterday's verse was 1 Corinthians 13:4, and this one's 1 Corinthians 13:5. So it's the next verse. And like I said yesterday, 1 Corinthians 13 is known as the love chapter, and it talks all about what love is. Sometimes the world seems like everything that love is not. Boy, that's true. People are rude and selfish and get upset an awful lot. How do we not get upset when we feel wronged? It seems an impossible ask. A child typically behaves badly when they are hurt, tired, afraid, or hungry. The same can probably be said for adults. Sometimes when we are feeling particularly hurt by someone, it is helpful to ask what they might be going through right now. Perhaps the other person is afraid, hurt, tired, or simply hungry. God loves us in spite of all the way we behave. And while we shouldn't let others walk all over us, it's always better to step into their shoes for a moment and ask God to give us perspective. Forgiveness helps us get rid of the scores of wrongs that we might be tempted to add up. Act of kindness. Tell someone's manager how great they are. Managers love to hear how well their employees are doing. And we love to hear our managers tell us how good we're doing. Devotions for grandmothers. I do love the cover on this one. It's so pretty. August the 18th. Here a little, there a little. Isaiah 28:10. I'm sure that's probably the shortened version of it, but August's sun shimmered. How about that? It's right now August. August's sun shimmered on the stalks of corn, their thick blades rising like endless green walls. My hoe made hollow sounds in the dirt. Sweat trickled down my nose. When I reached the end of the row, I went to sit beside Grandma, who was breaking beans in the shade of the snowball bush. I can remember helping my grandmother, and at one point, my parents, because they bought green beans, or they went to a farm and bought fresh green beans, and I'm talking for me, I'm sorry, and you really had, you broke them. You broke them in half, and you broke the ends, like you call them snap green beans, because you snapped them in half, and you would snap the ends off. And we used to buy fresh peas right out of the garden, and you had to shuck the little peas out of the pea pod. That was so fun. Believe it or not, that's fun for a little kid. And corn, fresh corn, that's still in the husk, and you got to pull all the husk off, and as I call it, the little hairs, you got the little silk hairs off of them. That's so much fun doing all that. At least I thought it was fun. My brother thought it was fun. I think my kids think it's fun too. I don't know. They've never done that. But I think it's fun. Okay, I'm sorry. Back to this. Okay. I'll never get done, I pouted. Of course you will, she said, her hands methodically snapping bean after bean. See, snapping. These are snapping. I watched her for a minute and then asked, Grandma, how many beans have you broken in your life? She laughed, piling her apron with yet another batch to break. 3 or 4 million, I reckon. That sounds like something my grandma would say. Seems like I have about that many hills of corn to hoe, I grumbled, rubbing the calluses forming in my palms. Grandma stopped her work and laid her hand lightly on my knee. It's all in how you look at it, child. I never thought about the bushels and bushels of beans that need breaking. I just think about the next bean, and then the next. One bean at a time is all I have to break. Her eyes were bright behind her bifocals. By the yard, it's hard. By the inch, it's a cinch. I like that. I really do like that. I remember Grandma's advice when I have 4 pies to bake for the church bazaar, when my daughter Amy Jo volunteers me to type her class's literary magazine, when every window in my house needs washing, when I pledge to read the entire Bible in a year. I've done that. My daughters and I, we did that for like 2-3 years in a row. Every night we would read a chapter or two together and we started, in January with Genesis and ended the year with Revelation. That was so cool. Pledged to read the entire Bible in a year. When weeds threatened to repopulate my petunia patch. By the yard, it's hard. By an inch, it's a cinch. Then little by little, one by one, I find I can finish my tasks, just as I did those corn rows so long ago. Sometimes I feel so overwhelmed. Father, by the things I must do, give me discretion in my commitments. Today, teach me to take small bites of responsibility, to do the inch, and see it's a cinch. Mary Lou Carney. I like that. By the yard, it's hard. By an inch, it's a cinch. I like that. Makes tasks a lot easier. Sometimes, as crocheters and knitters, and occasionally I like to use my loom knits. We think about this blanket that we're making, and it just seems like impossible. But if you think about it in little bites at a time, then the task doesn't seem quite so hard. You got to take it a little bit at a time. I don't know. Maybe I need to take my own advice, because there are some projects that I think about it and I'm like, oh, I can't do that. Maybe I should take that person's advice. By a yard, it's hard. By an inch, it's a cinch. Just take little bites. It's just like when you're cleaning your house. You just take a little bites at a time. Just think about the little progresses you've made, and then, yeah. Or even if you're just doing one room or one corner, or if you're rearranging your craft room, or by a yard, it's hard. By an inch, it's a cinch. I like that. I'm going to have to keep remembering that. Okay, finally, the one for women. This one's kind of really neat because you can color in it, and I've colored in, and I've added stickers, and yeah, I'm a kid. I'm a big kid. Complete faith. For August 18th. Complete faith. It's simple. Just have faith in God. Just believe and trust in God's power, strength, and love. Ooh, that's a lot like my cross over here. No matter what. Trust Him to take care of you and protect you and guide you. Sometimes God may seem to be a little silent, but if you truly have faith in God, you will completely submit to Him, because you know He is sovereign and that He loves you more than you can possibly imagine. I'm sorry, that song just popped in my head, and I heard it on Christian radio. If only I imagine, or if only you can imagine, or something like that. Okay, I'm sorry. Think how good life would be if you were to have complete faith in God. Have faith in God. Mark 11:22. In this book, they used a cross for the T in faith. They purposely made a cross, not the letter T, but a cross. And I put a cross, so I put a cross sticker on it. And then right on the very bottom, now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance for what we do not see. Hebrews 11:1. Gotta have faith. Yes, we do. Gotta have faith in God. He will never let us down. He's always there for us. He will do whatever he can, and he can do a lot, and he will do it on his own time, not our time, which is hard for us as humans because we want everything instant and right now, but we can't. That doesn't always happen like that, and we get frustrated, but you still gotta have faith in God, and that he will answer your prayers, and things will be all right. You're going to be all right. You're going to be just fine. And he's going to be there through thick and thin. And he'll always be there to help you out. Because I know our God is a wonderful God. He's an amazing God. I did show you all the scores I made the other day. There was even one pattern that was just a cross. Like, it wasn't even on a square. It was just a cross. It was a pink one that I made. It was really pretty. So, this small swatch of yarn has been woven with prayers. As you hold this swatch in your hand, may you feel God's strength, love, and peace flow and know that he holds you in his hands. May God bless and comfort you in time of need and give you peace. See, may you feel God's strength, love, and peace. See, God, you are so amazing. We just read this. In this one, was in this last one. There it is. In this one. Just believe and trust in God's power, strength, and love. See? Isn't that amazing how God works? That devotion just goes so well with the little cross that I share with you guys each day, and all the little crosses I made, the little cross squares I made, and God's so amazing. And remember, what was it, earlier this week or last week? Two out of the three went right together, and then today, we had 1 Corinthians 13:4 yesterday, and today we had 1 Corinthians 13:5. He just put those two together on purpose. God's so amazing. It's amazing what God does in people's lives, and just like little, what I call little God winks like that. Just those little nods that he's showing you that he's there and he's ever present. Isn't that just amazing? You all have a very wonderful and blessed Sunday. Bye.